What's up, guys? TCMuze. Let's get into some modern, chill, funk-infused R&B. All right, today we're doing some modern, chill, funk-inspired R&B that's going to be inspired by the song Butterflies by Isaiah Falls and Joyce Wrice. I think it's a real cool vibe. We're going to do something inspired by it, so let's get into it. We're first going to start by getting into the drums, but before we do that, let me show you how I have my quantize. We're at 16th notes, 75% strength and sensitivity. Okay, let me show you what I'm using for the drums. I'm using MODO drums by IKMultimedia. I haven't used these often because I didn't know how to set it up to be dry the way that I wanted it. But I think you may be seeing this in the future. I took some time, set this up, made it dry, saved a preset so I can come back to it. And then the other thing that I did was I added a little knock just to saturate it, clip it, and give it a little more punch. All right, let's go ahead, get this in. We're gonna start with the drums. I think you're gonna like what we come up with. Hey man, if you made it this far, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Cool, we got that in nice and easy. Also, I put in an extra ghost snare and a clap on a separate track. You can see here. Let me let you hear what they sound like. It's just the claps. And then we have the extra ghost note. I'm just playing it ever so lightly here. Let me go in there and show you what the velocity is here. You see I got a low velocity on these extra ghost notes that I'm just playing in. We're gonna move on to the congos. All right, and for the congos, let me show you what I'm working with. We have IKMultimedia's. I think this is from like Sample Tank 2 or maybe 3 even. It's just the Congo 3s. We're gonna put in a very simple pattern just to give extra pulse and rhythm to the drum set that we already have in. All right, we got that in without any problems. Now let's move on to our harmonic instruments. Our first harmonic instrument is going to be some keys. I'm using Arturia's Mini Freak, their Wah-Tor preset. Funny guys, nice pun. I love a good pun. Like I said, like I didn't say. Let me tell you what key we're gonna be in today. Today we're gonna be in the key of F sharp major. You'll see the keys, you'll see the chords on the screen, but I'll explain them in further detail at the end of the video after I play the demo. But for now, let's keep it locked and get these keys in. All right, here we go. All right, we got those in nicely. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is put in some bass. All right, we're back to IKMultimedia. We're using Mondo Bass 2. We're using this Stage Master bass. And as you can see, it's a combination of a P bass and a jazz bass, but we're playing up here close to the neck. All right, anyway, enough of this. Let's go ahead and get this in. All right, so I played it in once and I realized that I'm doing some trills that I'm gonna need to take off the quantize. All right, I'm gonna take this off. Remind me to put it back on. All right, we got it in nicely. Accidentally left the mic on, so you may hear some key noises, but that's all right. Let's turn this quantize back on. There we go. Boom. All right, next up, we're gonna give this thing a little bit of modern flair using some vocal chops. I used Serato sample, and I used a sample from, I believe this is a splice sample here. I'll put where I got it from on the screen. So yeah, I got it from there. And I laid it out right here across Serato sample. Let me show you how I processed it also, because I wanted to give it a little flair. I took off the top. You can see I shaved off the high end there. Drowned it in reverb. You can check that out there. You can see, again, even the reverb, I've shaved off the tops and the bottoms. I used this momentarily large preset and then just, like I said, shaved off the tops and the bottoms. And then just for gain staging, I made sure that we were back where we were at the start. So I added 5 dB of gain just so we have the proper gain staging. Next up, we want to put some embellishments on the top. Go ahead and put some strings in. It's coming from the Beatmaker Haze Pack. I'm using Arturia's Analog Lab Pro. And we're just going to sprinkle this over the top. One thing that I will let you guys note or want to bring out is that, again, I want that muted sound here. So I took the treble and pulled it down, and that'll give us something that's bright, but not overly bright to kind of take us out of this dreamy mood that we're in. All right, cool. Now for just a little bit more of some sprinkles on the top, we're gonna do something old. We're gonna take a string section and just pulse on top using octaves. We're using Native Instruments Contact, and we're using Session Strings Pro 2. And we're using the Ensemble Traditional Orchestral preset. All right, let's get it in. All right, we got it in nicely, but the one thing that I want to do is I want to take this first hit and I just want to reduce the velocity a little bit. So I'll grab it, pull it down just a little bit, probably do the same with this one too, just so we don't have that initial spike. All right, we do have some high points there, but I feel that that gives the variation that we're looking for. Okay, I think that brings us to about the end, you know. Now we can break out, make a little bit of a sequence. I don't feel we need to do much here. We've done a significant amount. I think those chords really kind of provide the movement that we're needing. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let me put together a sequence and then you can hear the demo. But remember, be reminded, I'll be breaking down the chords after the demo. Let me go ahead and make a quick sequence, get right back at you. Hold tight. All right, I put together a little sequence, something a little nice and easy, just added a few mutes and drops. Let's go ahead and hear it out. TCM. You made it to the lesson after the session. If you made it this far, do me a favor. Drop a keyboard emoji down in the comments. Let's get into breaking down these chords. Like I said, today we're in the key of F sharp major. Let me play that out for you. Let me go ahead and put on the screen the chords that we're going to be using today. All right. We're going to start with the G sharp minor 7, which is the 2 of this chord of this key. Then we're going to an A sharp major, an A sharp minor 7, which is going to be the 3. Then we're going to a B major 7, which is the 4th. Then we're going to a D sharp minor 7, which is going to be the 6th of this key signature. Then we're going back to the 2, which is a G sharp minor 7. Then from there, we're going to an F sharp dominant 13 sus 4. So that's a 1, or that's the 1 of the key. And then from there, we're going to go to an A dominant 13 sus 4. And what that's going to be is that's going to be the flat 3rd of this key. All right, we have it all up on the screen. You got the chords, and across the top, you should have the corresponding Roman numerals, which is basically the number system to show you what we're using. And if you want to transpose it to a different key, that'll help you get to that transposition. All right, now let's get to the chords. First chord, that G sharp minor 9. Let's spell it out. G sharp. All these chords, by the way, they're going to have one hand, one finger playing the root note, and then the right hand will be playing the chord. All right, let's keep it simple. All right, so like I said, we're starting with that G sharp minor 9. It's going to be a G sharp in the left hand, and then it's going to be an F sharp, an A sharp, a B, and then a D sharp. Sounds like this. Then we're going to move over to an A minor 7. A sharp minor 7. So we'll have an A sharp in the left hand. We'll have a G sharp, A sharp, C sharp, and an E sharp, which is really just an F. So that sounds like this. Then we're going to quickly move to a B major 7. So we'll have a B in the left hand. And then for in the right hand, we'll have, again, it's that similar shape for the G sharp minor 9. So it'll be a F sharp, A sharp, B, and a D sharp. So the only difference from that first chord, that G sharp minor 9, to the B major 7 is we're just changing the bass note. Now from that B major 7, we're going to go up to the 6, the minor 6, which is going to be the D sharp. So from that D sharp, we're going to have a D sharp in our left hand, F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, E sharp, which is again really the F. And then when we play it the second time, we're going to move that F to an F sharp. All right? Sounds like this. That's with the minor 9. That moves that back up to the 3rd, and that just makes it a minor 7. That's the movement we're going to do. We're going to go from a G minor 9 to a G minor 7 by moving this 9 up to the regular natural minor 3rd. Then we're going to go right back to that G sharp minor 9. Then the new chord that we're going to play is going to be this F sharp dominant 13 sus4 chord. And it basically looks like an F sharp in the left hand with a E major 7 in the right hand. So it's going to be an F sharp in the left hand. Then we're going to have an E, a G sharp, a B, and a D sharp. Then we're going to take that same chord characteristic and move it to an A dominant 13 sus4. So this will look like a G major 7 over an A. So we'll have an A in the left hand, and then we'll have G, B, D, F sharp in the right hand. Sounds like this. And those are the chords. Let's go ahead and play it around. All right, that wraps it up. Thanks for hanging out at the lesson after the session. If you want to see more videos like this, click here.